Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Purity. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and today we're crocheting this top, and this is how it looks, and the back looks like this. And we can also tie this at the back. If we tie it at the back, this is how it looks. This is a very cute and simple top, and I'm hoping you'll enjoy this tutorial. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment. So let's get started with this tutorial. I am using acrylic yarn. This is a brand known as Robin and it's chunky. This is Kenyan type of yarn. We are using color white and blue. You will need a tape measure, a 5.5 mm hook, a pair of scissors, a darning needle and stitch markers. To start working on this project, we will begin from the front panels, and you will need to start from the smaller part. So take your measurements where you want your top to start. At the front panels, we'll start with this short part, and we will increase on each row as we go up to your shoulder area. As I said, we are beginning from the small part, so take the measurements where you want your top to be. If you want a longer top, so take longer measurements. I want mine to reach just on my stomach, so from my stomach to my upper boob. So if you want a longer top, take from the top of your boob up to where you want your top to reach, and then we'll increase on each row up to your shoulder area. Once you reach your shoulder area, you'll be good to go. So now let's get started with the project, and I'm using a 5.5 mm hook, and as I said, we are starting from the front panel. Okay, I said my top, I want it small. I want it to reach from my stomach up to my upper boob. So I'm chaining from my stomach all the way to my top of the boob. Okay, so I am done with the chains, and this is how it looks. Once you're done with the chains, we are doing single crochets immediately. So just do single crochets all the way until the last of your chain. Then I'll meet you once you're done with this first row of single crochets. I am done with row 1 of single crochets. To begin row 2, chain 1, turn your work, and we are doing a row of, the first stitch will be a normal single crochet, then the second stitch we are working on single crochet in the back loop only. Okay, the first stitch is a single crochet, then from the second stitch we are working with single crochets in the back loop only all the way. Once you get to the last stitch, we will also work a normal single crochet. So when you're starting, start with the single crochet. The second stitch is single crochet in the back loop only, and the last stitch will be a normal single crochet. So do this, and I'll meet you at the end of this second row. I am done, and as I said, when you come to this last stitch, we'll do a normal single crochet. And remember, we are working now on the increases. As I said, we will increase on each row. So on this last stitch, go in and do a normal single crochet like that, and then do another single crochet in the same space. So that is an increase. Okay, chain 1, turn your work. On the next row, we are beginning again with an increase. Go into that single crochet, do a single crochet, and do another single crochet in the same space. That is our second increase on this third row. And once you're done, we are working with single crochets in the back loop only until you get to the end. Mark you, when you get to the end, you'll do a normal single crochets. And please remember, we're doing increases only on this upper side, okay? So do that and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I am at the end, and as I said at the end here, we are doing a normal single crochet. So this is how you do a normal single crochet. Then you chain one, turn your work, and to begin the row we are doing again a normal single crochet like that. And then the next stitch is single crochet in the back loop only till you get to the top. And please remember, we are only increasing on one side of this top, which is the top part, okay? So right now I'm just doing single crochets till we get to the top, and then we will do our increase. I will meet you once we are at the top here. This is where we'll do our increase. I am at the top, and as I said, we are doing an increase here. So go in with a normal single crochet, then another single crochet in the same space, and that is our increase. Chain one, turn your work, and to begin the next row we are doing a single crochet and another single crochet. So to end the row we are ending with an increase, and to begin a row we are also beginning with an increase and then doing single crochets in the back loop only, okay? So we are doing that until your top reaches to your shoulder area. Once your top reaches to your shoulder area, that is the collar at the top, just at the top of your shoulder area, we will do normal single crochets without increases, okay? So that is the pattern. We'll do that and I'll meet you once you're done with your top. So this is how the top looks. This is how the top looks, and as I said, we are doing increases on each row and it will give you this wavy pattern until you get to the tip of your shoulder area, and we will do normal single crochets without increases. Mark you, take your shoulder to shoulder measurements, divide by 2. That is how you get your 2 front panels. The first front panel and the second front panel is your shoulder to shoulder measurements divided by 2, okay? I'm done with my 2 front panels, and this is how they look. They should be the same length and same width. And as I said, once you get to the tip of your shoulder, do not do any more increases. Just do 3 rows of normal single crochets until you get to your measurements. And as I said, to get your measurements, take your shoulder to shoulder measurements, divide by 2, and each of your front panels should be your shoulder to shoulder measurements, okay? So if your shoulder to shoulder measurements is 18 divided by 2, one front panel should be half, the other one should be the other half. So create your 2 front panels and I'll meet you once you're done. Now we are working on our back panel. Remember to take your shoulder to shoulder measurements to get your back panel measurements, and we are going to chain as long as you want your top to reach. That is starting from on top of your shoulder all the way to your back. So that's how long you'll chain to get your back panel. And for me, I wanted a shorter top, so I just did 52 chains. I am done, and these are my 52 chains, and immediately we are working with a row of single crochets, and we will work single crochets all through. Remember, there is no increases done on the back panel, so it's just a row of single crochets all through until you reach your shoulder to shoulder measurements, and my shoulder to shoulder measurements is 18 inches. So I am done with row 2, and as I said, there are no increases done. You just chain 1, and on the first stitch, remember we're doing the same thing, which is a normal single crochet, and the rest of the back we are doing single crochets in the back loop only. Please note that the first stitch is a normal single crochet and the rest of the body is single crochet in the back loop only. The first and last stitches are normal single crochets, but the rest of the body is made using single crochet in the back loop only. That is the only difference, and we are working like that till you hit your shoulder to shoulder measurements. Okay, so we are at the end here, and as I said, we are doing a normal single crochet. Like that. Once you're done, chain 1, turn your work, and we're beginning with a normal single crochet, and then following up is single crochet in the back loop only. So do that, and I'll meet you once you're done with your back panel. Okay, please note the differences in between. I am done with my back panel, front panels, and I went ahead and did the sleeves. So to do the sleeves, get your upper arm measurements, and we are working single crochets in the back loop only. And the first stitch is a normal single crochets, the rest of the body single crochet in the back loop only, no increases done, the same way we did with the back panel. So take your upper arm measurements, and you're working like that all round until your sleeve fits your arm. So that's how we did the sleeve, the same thing as the back panel. And this is how my top looks. And now we want to join. We're joining this upper part, this tip of the shoulder area where there was no increases made here. We're joining it to the back panel. Okay, and to join we are using darning needle or a 2.5 mm hook. If you're using a hook, you use single crochets to join, but if you're using a darning needle, you just join. As I said, there's this part, the tip here where there was no increases done on the front panel. That's where we are only joining it to the back panel. I am done joining, and I went ahead and joined one of the sleeves. I want to show you how to join the sleeve. So once you're done joining the two tips, lay your work flat like this. This is after joining the two tips. Your work should lay flat like this. This way. Then take your front panel. This is your take your sleeves. This is one of the sleeve. Fold it into two like this. you'll have to take a stitch marker and put it where you just folded, like that, and then bring it to where we did the tip and the front panel and the back panel joining, and you're going to put your sleeve here where you joined, and then you lock it in like that, and then you arrange it like this. Just make sure it's in the middle where you joined, okay? Then you're going to join either using a darning needle all straight or a 2.5 mm hook. I decided to use a 2.5 mm hook, and I'm joining using single crochets. Once you get to the stitch marker, you'll remove the stitch marker and continue joining using single crochets. I am done joining in the sleeves, and then you'll go ahead and join the sides of the sleeve and the side of the front and back panel together using a darning needle or a 2.5 mm hook. You will join on this side, you'll join on this side of your garment, this side and this side. So I'll meet you once you have your sides joined so that we put in the buttonholes. I am done, and this is how my work looks. And now we want to put the buttonholes on this side. I chose to put my buttonholes on this white part. So just join your yarn, reattach your yarn at the lower part, and I'm using my 5.5 mm hook, and I'm just going in with double crochets in each stitch. So once you have reattached your yarn at the end, chain 2 to begin a row of double crochets. Once you've chained 2, we are going in each stitch and doing a double crochets, and we'll do double crochets all through until we get to the top of this front panel. I'm now done with my row of double crochets. To begin a second row, I decided to put another double crochet on the last stitch. To begin a new row, chain 2, turn your work, and now we are working on the buttonholes. So you'll skip the first 2 double crochets. You skip this first double crochet and the second double crochet, and go to this third double crochet. Skip the first 2 double crochets. On the third double crochet, that's when we'll do a double crochets, okay? And that's how we make that first buttonhole, okay? Then yarn over and continue with double crochets until you get to the middle part. Then you'll skip 2 double crochets and then make another buttonhole. Okay, so right now I'm just doing normal double crochets until I get to the middle. Then again I will skip 2 double crochets and make another buttonhole. And remember, you also need to put another buttonhole at the end. You leave 2 double crochets at the end here. We'll skip these 2 double crochets. Skip these 2 double crochets and go to the end and put a double crochet. So that's how we make the buttonholes. And we want to go in with the ribbing at the buttonholes. Once you're done, this is how your work should look. You should have the 3 buttonholes like that. And then we want to do the ribbing so that the buttonholes become firm. You'll chain 2, turn your work, and we're just going in with double crochet inside the first buttonhole like that. We're doing 2 double crochets inside the buttonhole. That was the first double crochet, and the second double crochet inside the buttonhole. That's how we make it firm. And then continue with normal double crochets. Once you get to the next buttonhole, we'll go inside again with 2 double crochets. Okay, so we'll do that until the end, and I'll meet you once you're done. Okay, I'm done, and this is how my work looks. You'll go in and stitch this yarn, weave it in, and then go to this other side of your front panel and identify where you want to put your buttons. You'll have to have this garment on you so that you know the adjustments where if you need your top to be tight enough, you'll have to put the buttons quite further. And then we'll go ahead and make this bands at the end. So to make the bands, just go in and sew buttons on this outfit. You'll have to have your outfit on to sew in the buttons, okay, so that you know the exact place to sew in the buttons. Okay, so I sewed in my buttons. I had my outfit on so that I know exactly where to sew in my buttons. And now we are working on this band. To work on the band, we are using a 5.5 mm hook. Reattach your yarn just at the tip here, at the tip of your work. That's where you reattach your yarn, and you're just making single crochets. I made 70 single crochets. If you need a longer band, you can make more single crochets. So I'm reattaching my yarn. This is how I reattach my yarn at the tip, and I went ahead and made 70 single crochets. Okay, I'm done with my 70 chains, and to make your band thicker, you'll have to go in with single crochets. Sorry. And we're just doing a normal row of single crochets all the way to the top. Once you get to the top, you'll come back again with row of single crochets. So I did a total of 4 single crochets to make my band thicker. Okay, I am done, and this is how we made this beautiful top. Remember, you can tie the tie at the back like this, and it looks so pretty, so beautiful. And you can also tie the tie at the front side like this, and it looks pretty too. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, comment, and I'll see you in my next video. I love you so much. Have a blessed week. Goodbye.